I think as the chief weighed out his options and time, and he felt like this was the best time for him, I'll say this, that I want people to know that there's going to be continuity in service, that the line employees who serve our community will still be in place. They will continue to serve and protect our community. And most people don't know that Captain Splain is actually the individual who's over the investigation. The chief did place him in this leadership role, and so he is the liaison between the DA's office and the police department, and so he will still be in play. And so I believe with his leadership, he'll be able to continue to make sure that the firm that we've hired to do the actual audit will do a good job, as well as get the information immediately to the district attorney's office as soon as it's completed.
And what happens now in terms of a search?
City manager will put together a template of what he would like to see happen and probably hire a firm to assist us, or we may do it in-house. He will name by the end of the month an interim chief of police so that there will not be a leadership vacuum in a department. And then we'll continue to have a search, and there will be community input as part of the process.
Can you talk about the investigation itself at this point? What do you know today that you did not know, say, a week ago? Where can you put a finer point on it, on where things are today?
Well, we've contracted with a firm, and the DA feels very confident that the individual who's leading the firm will be able to provide accurate information, an accurate count of the evidence that's actually in the locker room. And so I think it's important that people know that we have someone that, after it's all said and done, the DA will feel very confident that the numbers and the information that's provided is accurate. And I think that's the most important thing, that the firm that we've chosen to go with is someone that's reputable, and we feel like we can move forward from that process so we get a good policy in place, as well as standards and procedures that will be followed on a daily basis that will really change the department and make it better.
Some would say that the chief is a bit of a scapegoat in this, that he's not the one under investigation. There are 3 people who are under investigation by the SBI. What do you think about that?
I don't think that the chief is the scapegoat. I think the chief is choosing to retire. I think that in light of all that's happening and the fact that he has 36 years vested in this the system, the retirement system, I think that he's choosing this course for himself.
Okay, good. Anything I've not asked you would be sure I include?
I think it's important that, most people think that City Council has the purview of hiring and firing staff. We don't. City Council only hires and fires the city attorney, the city clerk, and the city manager. We do not have the ability to fire anyone on staff, and so most people think that council can get together and at least 4 members can say we want that person fired or we want that person to resign, and that's just not the case. And so I think the chief of police has chosen this route because he felt like it was time.
Can you talk about the men and women, because there are a lot of good men and women in that department.
There are over 200 people in the police department who go to work every day to protect and defend the citizens of Asheville, as well as those who come to our community. And so I think it's important to note that they do it because they love the job. And I think it's important that people understand to separate the issues. And they're out there putting their lives on the line on a daily basis to protect and to serve. And they need to be supported. And as council members and as a mayor, I believe we're trying to support them and give them the tools that they need to be successful. We want to make sure that the integrity of the department is intact.